What's going on, everybody? We are watching Takashi 69 and Vlad TV here now and live. Okay, no, actually, yeah, we're watching 69, and he is talking about Steve will do it when he took his daughter to Disney, and now they squashed the beef. So I think he's mentioned this a couple of times that they're cool now and everything, but I don't know. I don't know what more there is to this conversation. Let's see.
The whole thing was Steve will do it. What exactly happened?
Bro, but before that, I love Steve. I mean, I don't know him personally, right? I'm just like a watcher, a supporter from afar. But when he had his YouTube channel, um, even before I watched Steve would do it and stuff, I used to watch the Nelk Boys back when they barely got started, when they would put like prank videos. Um, Before they started posting like those like party videos and all that, and they got like really famous and rich. But I really liked those Nelk videos earlier. But yeah, that's how I knew Steve will do it because of Nelk. Um, I know he got banned from YouTube. I think he's gonna come back, but Steve just he looks and he just seems like a great ass dude. Um, you know, yeah, just the vibe that he has. He just seems like a cool stand up dude, honestly. Hope to see him back on YouTube. We'll watch some of his content too when he's back.
What's it about?
I don't know if he wants me to speak on it. Me and Steve are mad cool now.
Oh, okay.
I could try to FaceTime him right now. He's coming to my house tomorrow. Today's
Okay.
24th, 25th.
Okay.
He's coming to my house tomorrow. He flew in from LA to Orlando. He's in Oviedo right now in his house. He's gonna come. We're gonna do a stream here tomorrow at my house. I don't know if he wants me to talk about it. I'm gonna say it, and if you have to cut it out, I'll tell you before you release it.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know this. You know Steve got
guess
banned
he-
off YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I guess he didn't trip because it's being posted.
Right?
That was scary, man. When I saw that.
Now listen, you know he got banned off YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You know, I spoke to anybody. I spoke at this time. YouTube is 2021, 2022 when he got kicked off YouTube. 2023, whatever, and from 22 to 23.
So I remember that video that Steve posted of when, and it's a bummer that they like removed it, but when they go to the jewelry store and like Steve buys 6ix9ine a watch, I think, or some jewelry. I think it's a watch, a Richard Mille. That was just so wholesome, and then like there's another video where 6ix9ine gives Steve a car. But yeah, that was like one of my favorite videos.
When he got kicked off YouTube, I made every call I could call, right? They wanted to control Steve. Steve was growing at an all-time rate where he was getting bigger than the program. The program being Nelk, being Full Send.
Yeah.
Remember,
Wait, what?
Steve, when he got kicked off YouTube, I made every call I could call, right? They wanted to control Steve. Steve was growing at an all-time rate where he was getting bigger than the program. The program being Nelk, being...
That's true. I mean, Steve definitely went bigger than Nelk, because I think Nelk was like at its peak already, and that's when Steve appeared, and like that was a kind of a transition to something else, like it's just Steve, like he's like the brand now.
Full Send.
Yeah.
Remember, they found Steve at a frat party. Nell came from Canada. They would do like all these frat stops, right? Like these tours where they go to frats, the white boys drinking and shit, like Full Send, right? And Steve was getting too big. When's the first time you heard Steve will do it? Be honest.
When he got banned.
When he got banned.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't one of these full send Nelk Boys kind of followers.
yeah, it was only a Steve will do it, right? Steve will do it. Yo, I would go to UFC events, and instead of people screaming Nelk Boys, they would scream Steve. Steve was bigger than them, right? Who do you say is the head of Nelk?
No idea.
But you know Steve, right?
The head of Nelk is what's his name? Dude, it's been so long that I haven't watched him. I can't believe I forgot the dude's name. It's fudge. Nelk. And that's Dude, what? This is bothering me now. I gotta, cause I remember Jesse, but then he stepped off a little bit. What's his name? Kyle. Kyle Forgard. Yeah, Kyle. That's a man. But what? Don't tell me that they got greedy or like jealous.
Yeah.
The head of Nelk is
Kyle.
what's his name? Carl. No. No, as a kid.
Kyle.
What's that kid? Kyle. Kyle Forgard.
See,
He's the.
yeah. It took me a while, but no, for me, I started watching Nelk right when they first started. So, like I said, like at this time, Nelk was the one kind of Nelk and Jesse were the one leading it, but eventually it became Kyle that was kind of in charge because I think Jesse kind of stepped out of the picture and did his own thing, and then Salim guy showed up, and then other people came and went. Like the 905 kid.
Head of Nelk. Look it up on your laptop. Who is it? Head of Nelk, boys.
I mean, the
Kyle.
main member, there's Kyle.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
You
Kyle
see?
Forgard, Jesse,
Yeah.
Steven,
but
and Lucas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The head is Kyle Forgard. So when Steve was getting bigger than Kyle, they were like, yo, 6ix9ine is streaming with Steve every day, part of his YouTube videos, being part of all of this. We need to get rid of 6ix9ine. And that's how we fell out.
Way.
Rumble comes about. Rumble said, yo, 6ix9ine, you
No
gotta be
way.
part of all the streams where Steve share his shit. That was all fine. You gotta stream, blah, blah. One time, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember when that hurricane hit Fort Myers hard? You remember?
Yeah.
Steve bought 25 trailers, like trailer park, like thing, and gifted it to the most families that was in need, 25 of them.
I remember that video.
Probably cost him like 40,000 a pop, right? But like 25 of them. So he's like, Danny, I really need you for this video. I need you to come to Fort Myers. I showed you the map to my house. It's a 4-hour drive straight, right? And they said, yo, Steve, have Danny send his passport. I don't need a passport to go to Fort Myers. Yeah, we just need to get a screen check because the Red Cross was there. Like, the Army, when there's a big catastrophe, they send the Red Cross, right? They said anybody passing the bridge to get to Fort Myers or whatever the fuck, right? That highway needs to get a screen check for, the military, the Red Cross. They lied. They said 6ix9ine never passed the background check because his criminal history. That was bullshit the whole time.
Okay.
So Steve's driver, Nelson, tells me like, yo, basically, da-da-da-da, like there was never no background check, there was never this. So that's just an example of how we started to fall apart. So let me explain to you. So now me and Steve have this deal with Rumble, right? And it was hard for me to reach my deliverables and standards with this deal. So when Rumble gives them this deal for me to stream, I can't stream, right? Because I can't be around Steve. I'm not in the videos. We did a whole favela Brazil video, never came out because we're gonna lose our Happy Dad sponsors, a whole bunch of shit. So they give him this deal and say, yo, 6ix9ine is not meeting his deliverables. And I wasn't because I'm not part of the videos. I'm not part of anything. So now I look like a fucking, like a bad IG model bitch promoting fucking tea tree oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look like, yo, go watch Steve's videos, even though he's my friend. Like, bro, I'm fucking canceling everything I have to do to fly to Brazil with you and get into these favelas, risking my life, and I'm not even in the video. You cut me out. Why? Because all behind his back. Long story short, he said,
Bro, like Nelk really did Steve and 6ix9ine like that. That's crazy, bro. I could see it though. Like I feel like once people get to a certain level, they just become like they want more and more, and they become jealous and greedy. But like Kyle, bro, like he seemed like a cool dude. Nelk, the Nelk Boys, but
that basically like there was this money, right, or whatever. And I'm like, you know what, Steve? If you feel like I didn't reach my standard of deals, then that's that. So I was going through something in my life that I was just like, you know what, do what you do. That's when he took my daughter to Disney World. You remember that?
Yeah.
When I meet his daughter, it looks just like him.
So
That's when I heard about the whole beef, when he
Okay.
did that.
But it
That's
was-
when everything kind of...
to this day, have I ever said something bad about Steve that you've seen?
Not that I've seen.
And I always said it. The person who says something bad about someone after they fall off with that person is because that's how they felt the entire time. I love Steve. He's a great person. We want to talk about growth, right? With Young Thug and wife and Lucci, whatever. I don't want mad that Steve took my daughter, you know what I mean? He did it to get back at me, but I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Because the relationship, you know, that I have with my daughter and not being able to see her because of this person or whatever. But me and Steve never, like, we don't even speak about that. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
I never felt no ill will to that man.
Yo, I'm gonna have to get into that rabbit holes. Like, wait, did it start all over?
I'm gonna say it, and if you have to cut it out, I'll.
I'm gonna have to get into that whole Nelk thing with Steve. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, interesting. I never heard about this specific, like that was the reason that they fell apart. Damn. I mean, yeah. Regardless, though, like, I still love those Nelk videos in the like those very, like, that beginning phase where they were just like crashing people's places and like just do these prank videos at stores and stuff like that. That was funny. But yeah, I don't even know. I haven't watched Nelk in a cool minute. You know, like I said, ever since they got rich and, like, you know, they're just like at this top level. Like, their videos obviously started changing. You know, they're growing older. Um, I'm not really sure what they're. I haven't even seen anything. Like, do they still have that podcast? Because I know that they did the podcast, right? The Nelk Boys podcast. I forgot what it's called, but I was watching some of those interviews when they would bring people on there. But yeah, I haven't really kept up with any of the Nelk Boys. But anyway, that's an interesting video. Peace.